do not know why we are here. We do not know who built the silo. We do not know when it will be safe to go outside. We only know that day is not this day.
With all traces of what happened in the past erased, people live in a giant underground silo with a set of rules that it is believed are in place to protect them.
You are ordered to gather in the designated safe zones. Those failing to comply will be jailed.
However, not all people fall for that and believe that these rules serve a different purpose and are on a quest to discover what they protect.
We blame the rebels for erasing our history, so why can't we ask questions about that stuff?
And trying to find these answers is totally against the rule set in the silo.
But this could be the key to everything we don't know.
And if you get caught, they can
send you out to clean this.
Which, in other words, means that you have to leave the silo, which is believed to be a death sentence. As a result, we have a great setting for a good story, with a lot of questions that I hope will get answered by the end of the season. Overall, after viewing 5 out of 10 series, I'm curious to see how the story ends, despite the fact that episodes 4 and 5 were less interesting compared to the beginning of the show.
If it's so wonderful outside, why would they not want us to go out?
I don't know.
I want you to meet Gordon Liddy, toughest guy I know. He has a thing that he does to prove his commitment. He'll hold his hand in the flame of a candle.
And what's the trick?
There isn't one. Gets third-degree burns every time, never flinches. He's a great guy.
The series focuses on a true story of how President Nixon's own political saboteurs, E. Howard Hunt and G. Gordon Liddy, accidentally brought down the presidency they were trying to protect.
The president needs men of action, and your new mission is to make sure he wins this election.
What are we talking about here?
Espionage, sabotage, infiltration, disinformation, electronic surveillance, recruiting and planting moles, your various and sundry dirty tricks.
Living in Washington where power is a new currency, they agreed to make a bet on Nixon as a tool for achieving their goals.
The president may say to you, Howard, what do you want? You can say, Mr. President, I want to be CIA director. And he will say, done.
However, there is a minor problem on their path. Not only do they have to breach various rules to get the job done, but they also lack the delicacy and intellect that job requires.
We can't afford to take chances with the future of democracy.
Howard, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Please, take a minute to reconsider what you're about to do.
As a result, we have an incredible story you probably heard of.
Unit 2 to Unit 1. They got us.
And the name of the story is...
Can I ask a question? I said it. Which one is it? What the game?
Overall, I do enjoy the show. It is not the most straightforward story to follow for those who are not familiar with the Watergate scandal, but it is funny, amazingly produced show which is definitely worth watching.
You want us to break in a 4th time? Wait, what do you mean a 4th time? Nothing. Spy talk.
Bitch-ass handyman pissing on my fucking hardwood floor? This is European oak, motherfucker!
In the center of the story, we have 2 stressed out characters who get into the road rage incident that brings chaos into their lives.
What is your problem? What?
I found ways to manage my stress.
The beef gets into their heads and slowly consumes every thought and action they take.
I've been telling her to meditate for years.
And this is something we see on the streets from time to time, and we never know how these conflicts end.
Stop.
I just can't understand what those people are so angry about.
But now we have the opportunity to witness it from start to finish.
I'm a dangerous guy. You're just a bored, suburban housewife with no purpose, okay? And now you're stuck in a life you never wanted. So stop messing with me and leave me alone, or else.
After only 30 seconds of seeing the trailer, I was intrigued and immediately began watching the show. And I have no regrets as the show is humorous on the surface and incredibly deep and creative on the inside, exploring in the problems that we all have or are familiar with.
I would love to let this go, but actions have consequences. So I'm gonna find you and take what little you have.
Overall, I highly recommend the series, and it is my #1 on this list.
This is fun!
You started this.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, you're the one who backed into me like a psycho.
You're the one that flipped me off all roided out and shit. Hey, are you guys leaving, or are you just gonna sit there? Yo, I'll leave when I wanna leave, bitch.
Yeah, and we'll keep sitting here, you shriveled nut.
Yeah, fuck you. What the fuck you say? What the fuck you say?
Say it again! I dare you to say it again!